Hello, friends. It's been a while, and I want to give you an update on what's going on with 2020 so far. And as we know that we are dealing with a pandemic at the moment, I shall not name the thing because YouTube will probably remove the video if I mention anything about it, but you know what I'm talking about. So it's been about 2 or 3 months, and I've been working from home since the beginning, and haven't had a haircut in like 3 months. So I sort of have a bowl cut right now, typical Asian haircut. So anyway, that's not the point of this video. So this video is kind of unscripted, I guess. I'll just talk about certain topics and just want to share with you what I think about what's going on so far. So yeah, so the pandemic, it certainly affects everybody right now, and I can see it even from like people I know who's been losing their jobs and they weren't able to pay rent. Like everybody's affected by this thing. So how do I feel about it? I think we will get through it. It's terrible. It's a terrible pandemic. I think we will get through it, and eventually we will come out strong. Will the world be the same again? Not for the short run. I think for at least for the next couple of years, we are going to be aware of the existence of the virus, and we are going to keep our social distance in one way or another. Um, Traveling industry is going to be affected crazy. I just heard like Warren Buffett sold all of his airline stocks, restaurants and all that. Like it's going to affect business. The economy, it's getting like it's really bad for everyone right now. But that's the effect of a voluntary shutdown of everything. So I think it's for us. It's important to stay motivated during this pandemic. We have to make sure that we um, a lot of you may be quarantined at home right now, and you feel like days just go by and you forgot what day of the week it is. So it's important for you to start a routine, even though you don't need to. But I would say start the routine every single day and try to stick with it. That way you have a structured lifestyle every day, and it will help with your well-being. So, for example, every day I wake up a certain time, same amount of time. I exercise for a certain amount of time, and I eat a nice, healthy breakfast, right? So, like, it's important to have your diet down during this time. Like, you don't want to get fat, or you don't want to get out of shape. It's a great time for you to like. It's no more excuses, right? Like, try to do something. If you don't have a gym equipment or something, like try to do body weight exercises or anything. Like do for jumping jacks, something good like jump rope. If you have one, it's good for your heart. So things like that. You should properly like stay in shape, exercise. If you want, you can go out for a walk or run. To just want to make sure like you wear your mask and stay distant around other people. Um, and if you are a person who working with computers all day, like for your job or when you work at home, try to stay away from the computer when you're not at work. It's important to take a break once in a while and just get away from like electronics. Sitting in the desk all day and looking at electronics like a computer or TV is no good for you. With TV, for speaking of TV, which is another thing, like try not to like binge watch things on television like Netflix or something because it's pretty bad for you. You'll just be sitting there for hours and just like have this mindless entertainment on your head. It's not good. So yeah, that's my thoughts on pandemic and a couple of tips for you and if you want to like stay sane doing this, right? So the what's the next thing? Let's talk about investments. So the economy, it's kind of wrecked right now, but strangely, the at the beginning of March, we got this crazy dump from the top of the SPY, so S&P 500 basically. So we were at 339 and it was dropping all the way down to 218, which is crazy. It's the fastest drop ever in recorded history. So we basically went from a crazy bull market to all the way to bear market territory. It was a crazy drop. Every day I wake up, I look at my investments. I was like down like a couple thousand every day. It was pretty painful. But you know what did I do? I didn't sell a single share. I didn't do anything. I didn't sell anything on the way down. But in fact, I actually bought quite a bit of stocks on my way down, somewhere here, somewhere down here. And this actually, like at the moment, we are bouncing back up about near the 200 SMA point. Sorry, I don't want to get too technical, but basically we're bouncing back up almost halfway. But the funny thing is, I'm actually up overall since that. I actually hit all-time high on my account because I bought at the bottom and I didn't sell a single share. And could this go down again? Sure, of course. But you know, I get to remember that like Warren Buffett just said, if you want to invest for your future, you want to take a slice of America and all of its industries and just hold it for a long time and you will come out, you know, winning. So what's my advice for the next uh, possible downturn? Is to save some cash aside and ready to buy. Right now the market's going back up, so you should probably start selling some things. I didn't sell last time, but this time I am going to sell something because I think this is going to be a W-shaped recovery and not a V-shaped recovery. So keep an eye out on that. Profession. So as you know, I've been a web developer for like almost a decade, and you know even the web development industry is getting hit, right? So a lot of companies are, I mean, they are getting like record page views if you're a publication, but however, like the advertising is down. Nobody's really advertising anything right now in the economy because there is no demand. Nobody's buying anything, right? So companies are pulling out from advertising, and as a result, my company is affected. So yeah, recently, you know, I have a 10% salary cut, which is pretty painful, but you know, it's better than you should always see it from the positive, the negatives. Yes, the cut is painful, but at least you still have a job. The worst thing that can happen right now is to get laid off on a job because it's really hard to find a job right now, right? So just be grateful that you still have a job. Like I mentioned earlier, I was working from home for the past 2, 3 months. You know, like I wasn't ever a remote kind of person, but you know, over time, I think starting to get comfortable with it, and my productivity has not gone down. In my opinion, it actually went up. So you know, who knows? Maybe after this, I will switch to remotes, but will work more remotely. But yeah, I think slowly we are getting used to this. A lot of you know changes in the company and a lot of people leaving. There was changes in management. Um, like my best advice is to always look at things positively and then try to sharpen your skill during this time and try to make sure that you are still try to get your market value up, meaning like invest in yourself, make sure you keep up with all the technologies and make sure you are still sharp, right? Because in case you get laid off and you need to find a job, you should definitely make brush up on your interview skill for the time being, just in case, right? That's a backup. So, couple of well-being, and tips. Um, First, economically, you should continue to invest. I know I mentioned this, like the market's probably gonna go down, but you should continue to invest. For me personally, I'm in the process of refinancing my home, so that'll save me about $500 a month. And for me, like I'm going to put that 500 towards an index fund and invest it over the next 30 years. So it's gonna give me like a lot of money back, and you know, it's good for the future. Invest in your future. Um, Personally, like well-being wise, like you should, like I mentioned, you should definitely exercise, structure your day, and you should try to talk to people more. If you live by yourself or you live with roommates, try to call people up. You know, like talk to them and check up on them. Right. And if you have good friends and you play games together, like playing video games right now, it's absolutely fine. So you should definitely do that if you wanna like have a way of socialize with people, right? So for me personally, I'm on Team Fortress 2. So if you guys are interested in playing with me, hit me up. Um, yeah, like try to have, you know, like we all are on Zoom nowadays because Zoom it's getting really popular because like schools are using it to teach classes, FaceTime, like things like that. Try to keep up with your friends and family. You know, we are connected via technology right now, even though we are isolated. But that'll be a good way to help yourself, like keep your mental well-being in check, right? I'm never really like a yoga person, but like I don't do yoga, but like I think like having a solid 5 to 10 minutes a day where you are sitting in absolute silence and just gather your thoughts, or just don't think about anything, right? Like this will probably help you reorganize your head, right? So, and another tip is what I've been doing is personally I've been working on a side project that will probably become a new company that I'll eventually start. So this is very exciting. So you should like take this time to invest in yourself, right? Do your best to invest in yourself so you can come out of this a better, stronger person. I always like to think about this quarantine as if you watch Dragon Ball Z, it's like you go into the hyperbolic time chamber, and then when you come out, you're a brand new person, and you are like a lot better than you are when you get in, right? So this is what I want to do. Like when you come out of this, I want you to try to impress everyone you know. Like either you getting better body, like you're getting better shape, or you're getting better mentally, or you better getting better like financially, like whatever. Just come out better than you have been before, right? Make that as your goal. So I hope that's about it for this video. I just want to sorry for the big rant, but I just want to give you an update on give out a couple of tips on how to survive this quarantine. Keep it together. It will eventually end. We will find a vaccine, and we will go back to the way we were. Right. So keep it together, guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel as always. And you guys been a huge part of my day, and reading all your comments and stuff. It's really like it makes my heart melt sometimes. Right. So thank you guys, and stay tuned. For the next and future videos. I'll see you guys next time.